Hey, Stephen King, I got your number. My next guest here right here is an unbelievable first-time publisher, my longtime close personal friend, and former intern on this program, Kevin Lewis. Let's hear it up for Kevin Lewis, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, TC. I'm happy to be here.
Now, I've known you since the tender age of probably like, what, 15, 16 years old, and your lifelong dream was to be a horror author. Is that correct?
That is correct. Ever since second grade, I've always wanted to write.
And Stephen King has always been your idol, correct?
Yes, since middle school, actually, when I started reading him.
You started reading him when you were psychic?
No, when I was in middle school. I started reading him when I was in sixth grade. I started reading horror, and he was the first one.
What's your favorite Stephen King book of all time?
I would have to say Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
Yes.
Now, does that have anything to do with your book right here, One Night in Salem?
It actually doesn't. Salem's Lot takes place in Salem's Lot, Maine.
Okay.
But that one is an anthology that I'm very proud of.
And you wrote the story, A Ghostly Tour.
I did.
Obviously, you didn't write the entire book. You were part of the anthology in here.
Yes, there were many authors that were a part of that anthology, and I'm one of the authors in there.
Now, give us the 411 on A Ghostly Tour.
So basically, A Ghostly Tour is about a young man named Jake. He is going on a tour of Pioneer Village in Salem on Halloween night, and he believes he sees the ghost of his dead girlfriend, and it just gets worse from there.
Really?
Yeah, not good.
That doesn't sound good.
It doesn't,
believe
no.
it. Now, how did you come up with this story? Like, it just happened to you?
Well, no. Not really, no. So I actually, several years ago, I visited the Pioneer Village around Halloween time, and they had a ghost tour. My best friend was there, Sean. His mom, one of his brothers was there, and actually my mom. We all went to this ghost tour, and then we had a blast there. So several years later, back in April or 2017, I discovered the submission call for this anthology, and it was supposed to be stories that take place in Salem on Halloween night, and I came up with the story.
Unbelievable out there. This is fantastic read. I've started reading all of the ones that you wrote in there, which is one, because he's the best author in this book out here. It's by Fun Dead Publications. Isn't that true? And
yes.
You're shamelessly plugging it right there, and you can see it on the screen right now as well. Now, ghost tours. Now, why do ghosts only show up in October? Aren't you dead every other day of the year?
Well, I think, I think just with, Halloween has made it more, I think,
commercial?
Commercial for the ghosts to kind of show themselves. But it's really not true. They can pop up anytime.
We have living proof down here. We have a corpse right here on our couch. His name is Colonel Bull Montana down there. Colonel, when did you actually pass away?
I never passed away, sir.
Really? You've passed a lot of other things, but you haven't
been
passed
resurrected.
away.
You could have been resurrected.
Oh, he could have been resurrected. That could be in a sequel.
Exactly.
The Next Night in Salem,
Exactly.
starring Colonel Bowman. Now, this is a big break. Now, no kidding aside, you've always wanted to do this. I remember you writing these little novels or little novellas when you were a kid, talking about, I'm going to be an author. Well, guess what? You actually did it, kid.
Thank
and
you.
we're all proud of you down here. And you're going to autograph this to me, aren't you?
Of course.
And I can sell it on eBay and stuff like that, make millions of dollars. Now, you have a deal with these people to write any more stories?
I don't. So there's a new submission call that was just posted. So I'm going to be hopefully working on one for that submission call. It's going to be a Gothic anthology.
Gothic anthology.
Yeah. So that's the newest anthology call that's coming out.
Can you give us a little 411 on how Gothic it's going to be?
Well, it's going to be a different take on the Gothic story. They want like traditional kind of Gothic stories, but with a spin.
Okay, most people I think are like Gothic, are like the ham and eggs that hang around Harvard Square and all these wacko horror conventions and whatnot.
Well, not like that. It's more kind of like the traditional like haunted houses, ghosts and stuff. But
really,
we need to kind of.
You think that show Ghost Hunters is real?
I think they want to be real.
Well, of course, they want to be real because they want to keep making money on the program and whatnot. Now, where can anybody out there get this book other than your fine publishers? Can you get this at like Amazon and all that other junk?
You can get it on Amazon, the Fun Dead Publication shop. They also sell at Wicked Good Books in Salem.
That's in Salem, Massachusetts. Those people who are watching in Australia right now.
And Witch City Wicks.
In what?
Witch City Wicks.
Witch City Wicks.
Which is
that like a
also
fireworks place or something?
No, it's a candle shop in Salem as well.
Oh, it's a candle shop.
Yes.
Now, when you write, do you like have it like really dark and candles going, and like you like rainy nights when you're lighting this stuff?
That would be awesome, and I certainly wouldn't mind that. But generally, any any kind of writing atmosphere. But certainly anything spooky makes for a great atmosphere for what I like to write
I
about.
suggest Rooming with Colonel Bill Montana. You'll have a novel this long by morning.
I probably would.
Kevin, like I said, we're proud of you. Give us a shout out once again for your book.
I shall.
Go ahead.
So it's fun. One Night in Salem. It's an anthology with many awesome authors that encompasses about 400 years of Halloween stories that takes place in Salem.
Unbelievable. You hit it here. This is your first TV interview, isn't it?
It is.
And it's going to be the best one you ever had. Unbelievable. Kevin Lewis, you're a horrifying young man.
Thank
and
you.
we wish you all the success in the world.
Thank you.